Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Roman Ojeda. I'm going to talk about the topic insights. An insight. What is an insight? It's a type of the text writing improv in which an author exposes a analysis and examines and with various arguments certain topics propose and position in the matter follower his argumentative style in this sense. What is important of studying an insight and importance of the insight light, sorry, and insight light many communication and many communication methods and the insight tries to express an idea but in the importance life in highlighting and the author opinion his position in the particular way in which the author sees and interprets the world in an informal way. And characteristics of insights if others in the choice of their approach and styles is held various depending on the type of insight. However, they usually sorted that research paper. They are expositive because they knew a cleaner explanation of ideas that motivate things. Um, and what is more important to write insights and 5 tips for writing a good insight. And number 1, choose an interesting topic. The topic needs to be relevant. And number 2, write now the main points. And number 3, consider the structure. Number 4, write a draft. Number 5, read the final vision and correcting it. What does insight teach us? And insight to expose ideas in a systematic, critical, and controversial way. These are requirements your development of skills, such as argumentative thinking and learning to think in a problematic way, incrementing and solution. And parts of insights, an introduction reference to the section of the text and central that topic and discuss as the actor motivation. And development corresponds to the presentation of the arguments, um, analysis, and critical reflection of the subject addressed. In conclusion, after the deliberation made in the development, the author responds. In conclusion, argumentative the author and point of view. And insight types. And insight types, the qualification of insights It's not usually as easy to find out that characteristics that guarantors of free and install anthems. Three qualification and sites, for example, academic side, literary side, scientific sites, ABC. For example, my essay, his name is my experience study and the 123 Institute. Very teacher mates now with a reflection on my experience as a student. Use part is introduction. My one teacher personality in the relationship between my learning skills, my experience. I study in the institute. In the professional reflection, you stage ability to reflect the vision of the student in the reflection, in interaction, in conviction, in feeling, in the emotion, in the company and process. In the in the development, as me all know the process of a student in extensive for intel primary, secondary, and the even higher the part becomes more complex and with many dreams to fulfill. My experience in the institute is the first and eighth cycle. In my experience in the process and the life, my experience is in the first cycle is um is I was 17 years old. I entered in the month of August. It was the many nervous in which I was not so sure I chose the English language teacher. A special care because to study medicine it was not possible of the English language. In the second cycle, I remember that were by teacher who said not the complete and different rallies in the in the in the water rate of the tides where also begin to lie a lot the riches visits to schools. Oh wonderful oh chapter experience education really different and realities start with state schools and private schools. Of course, that difference was very evident. And the third cycle is where something nice because they close. And I came in second place. He began to bring smile children with special abilities and all see how to contribute with a grain and say the institute. In the first cycle, it was something that had never seen more demanding. Is all the courses implemented, word of the language, and ability with of dreams, and more so chose this career. In the five cycle and in the overseas, the pandemic, the coronavirus, difficult for the study, organize my time, able to carry out to the activities. And the sixth cycle is helping the most my desire fight for my dreams. And the seventh cycle, learning to take class with a student from a school at Chincha where I learned to make and I improve my English little by little. And a cycle is is where here is told on out how we are going to finish this work fell to person a rich project and myself to be able to teach and face to face. Oh, incredible because in the students and in the learning in the schools. And in conclusion, in recommended to study education is that is before vocation and service in order to prove in the best quality teacher to students at home. Um, also, also when I study the English language, it's very important for communicate, for travel, for for we have you close to know their culture, their customs, and their tradition, and in a personal way, and not under the influence in the medium which. I am studying language is fundamental is because of tourists when you travel another country you made to be able to understand the local language. And English language is important in the world for thrive um, and learning in teach for in the school years. And to our objectives as a learner when we want in clear is learning. We also get to know people. And the most important thing about teaching is to transmit and teacher through the heart that is it. Thank you very much, teacher.